Constitutional essay number 5 of this website is titled Growth and Size of Government. This essay explains the ratios that define the size of government and the significance of those ratios to economic growth and prosperity. The size of government is measured by the percentage of gross domestic product attributable to federal spending in any fiscal year. The ratio of federal outlays to the GDP is the measurement of the size of government. For example, in 2010, the GDP of the nation was $14.7 trillion. The total federal spending was $3.4 trillion. Therefore, the size of the government in 2010 was 23%. What is the significance of that number? Well, economic studies prove that when size exceeds 21%, the growth rate of GDP slows down. The economy quits growing when the size of government reaches 26%. And for 2011, the tentative ratio is 25%. The past averages have been between 20 and 21%. Renowned economists Milton Friedman and Gary Becker favor no more than 20%. The bipartisan 2010 Federal Debt Commission recommended reducing federal spending to 21% of GDP. This essay describes the second crisis involving the national debt at $14.4 trillion. Credible economic studies confirm that as a nation's debt equals or exceeds the GDP, the rate of economic growth will slow or stop. The unemployment rate is a sure sign of an economy which has slowed or quit growing. The optimum ratio of debt to GDP is 60%. Today, the ratio is 90% and fast approaching 100%. The growth rate of the economy, GDP, in good times is 5% annually. Today, that growth rate has slowed to a miserable 2.5%. The crisis is a constitutional crisis, and no cure will ever be wrought by the hands of self-interested politicians. The Commerce Clause and the Spending Clause, when restored to original meaning by constitutional amendment, will shrink both the size of government and the national debt, which today are unsustainable and produce economic stagnation.